Koyukids. I am 100% an outdoorsy person. I love learning about plants and animals and just enjoying the sun in my face, the fresh air, the sounds. It's the reason why every year I like to go on a camping adventure. Last year, I went on a solo camping trip in the French mountains in the Alsace region. The reason I started solo camping was actually because of the anime Camp. Until watching that anime, I'd actually never thought of going camping by myself. So, when no one in my circle enjoyed camping, I decided, that's okay, I'll just go by myself. And so there I went. I spent the majority of the first day just driving. The way to the eventual campsite was pretty long, so I had to take a 2-night pit stop at a different campsite in Belgium to make things more doable. The campsite I chose for my first pit stop was on a big open field right next to a big river. The field was filled with wildflowers and buzzing bees. In the river, kids could swim and catch little fishes with their net. On my day of arrival, I mostly spent it relaxing by the river, doing some reading, doing some groceries, and cooking dinner. I made this soup pasta following a Eurocamp recipe. That night, I went to bed pretty early as I was very tired from waking up early and driving the entire day. Good morning! It is day 2 of my camping adventure. I started the day by making some coffee in my mocha pot. This coffee from Lidl is actually really good. It's ever so slightly chocolatey. I usually prefer my coffee with milk, but this coffee is really tasty just drinking it black too. I ate breakfast and made some sandwiches to bring to go. Because today, I would be doing a big hike on a nearby trail. This trail is called the Ninglingspo Trail, or Balade de Ninglingspo. Please excuse my pronunciation. On this day, my phone was unfortunately very low on battery, so I didn't end up getting any footage except for this picture. Once back at the campsite, I really wanted to get into the camping spirit with a campfire. This campsite doesn't allow you to make campfires on the ground, but for 10 euros, you can rent a firebowl and a generous amount of firewood. I spent the rest of the evening roasting marshmallows and relaxing by the fire until it was time to head to bed. The campsite I chose for my final destination was set high in the mountains of the French National Park, Ballon des Vosges. Hold on.
Parc naturel des Ballons des Vosges.
Ballon des Vosges, in the Alsace region. The region is known for its wine, cheese, castle ruins, high mountains, and colorful medieval towns. The campsite I chose doesn't allow you to stay in anything other than a tent, so camper vans and caravans are not allowed. The tent pitch spots are also separated pretty far apart from each other and at different height levels. All of this makes for a very quiet and cozy atmosphere. The owners of this campsite have lots of cute animals like horses and cats who come to say hi to you at your tent every now and then. Because we're in the forest, there's also a lot of mosquitoes, so I used this incense spiral to keep them at bay. At the end of the day, the campsite kitty insisted on sleeping in the tent with me, so we had a little sleepover that night. As I was making coffee the next morning, I had a horrifying realization. My legs were feeling quite itchy, and as I pulled up my pant legs, I realized I was covered from top to bottom in ticks! Ah! After having a mental breakdown and a near panic attack, I calmly asked the campsite owner if I could move to a more open spot, as the spot I had been in was surrounded by shrubs, aka tick heaven. Due to it being the off-season, he said it was fine and I could move wherever I wanted, so I moved all my stuff to a more open spot. I still found ticks on me every now and then, but thanks to tick spray and regular checking, I was generally safe. After my heart attack, I did a little more exploring of the campsite as I didn't have much time for it yesterday. I found a little campfire area with a grill where you can cook your food and have a cozy evening with friends. If you have any. I spent the rest of the day doing some shopping. I got some food which you're able to keep cool in this natural spring they have. As you can see, I totally did not struggle with this. I also got a mini foldable barbecue and some chicken skewers to cook on. I built some rice too, but since it was my first time making rice on a camp stove, it turned out a little goopy. Regardless, I had a great meal and I went to sleep on a full stomach. One of the main things I wanted to do on this holiday was hike to my heart's content. I spent more time doing touristy things and exploring the medieval towns, but this time I was more prepared to explore the countless beautiful trails spread out throughout the region. I found a hiking trail on Google Maps that seemed promising, so I got into my car and went to check it out. It started off as a wider gravel road passing by houses and pastures, though as I climbed the mountain, the trail eventually got more narrow and steep, passing over small wooden bridges, difficult to maneuver stone paths, and deep inclines. I honestly believe if I didn't have my walking stick with me, I might not have made it all the way up. But I'm glad I did, because look at this beautiful view! This man-made lake was originally made to keep fish for food, specifically trout, which is a local specialty. Even now, there's many trout swimming in the cold lake water. The water was so cold and perfect to cool down after the hot, sweaty climb up there. I sat there for a while enjoying the sound of the waterfall and cooling off my feet in the cold water. Day 6. Another day, another hike. For some reason, I didn't take a lot of footage on this day, but I thoroughly enjoyed a long, intense hike to the top of the mountains on Mount Petit Ballon? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm pretty sure it is. I believe the footage doesn't even do justice how beautiful this hike really was. I honestly felt like I was in a different world. Can you guess what I did today? You guessed it! Another hike! I've always been very drawn to water. The sound of waves or streaming rivers calms me down and makes me feel very grounded. I actually started the trail on the wrong side of the road, but it was worth it because look how beautiful and deep this river is. I was gonna try and climb down to the bottom, but I ended up chickening out. I then made my way to the other side of the road and started following the river. By the way, a lot of trails in France don't go in a circle, but from point A to B. So in order to not get lost or go too far, of course, I used my handy dandy CalTopo app the entirety of the trip. Not sponsored, by the way, even though they should. The app has even the smallest trails visible on the map and tracks your route with great accuracy, so it's almost impossible to get lost. It has saved me so many times this trip. I highly recommend using a good GPS tracker app like this one when you go out hiking. I ended up at this really beautiful waterfall area with no other people around whatsoever. The stream was so cold and super deep. I took the opportunity to cool down a bit and play in the water, though the rocks did hurt my feet a little bit. My travel companions enjoyed the views too. Today I decided to take a break from hiking and enjoy a nearby town called Ribeauvillé. Ribeauvillé. Hold on, I have to look this up.
You You are looking at Julian's
Oh my god! His voice is so sultry.
region. Ribeauvillé. Okay.
Ribeauvillé. Okay, thank you, sir. This town has 3 castles very close to each other, so I wanted to check those out first. In the end, I did end up going on a little hike again because the route to the castles was up a steep mountain path. While I was taking a rest on the way there, this butterfly thought I was a flower and wanted to hang out with it for a bit. For some reason, I forgot to take videos of the rooms themselves, but I did take these pictures. On the way back down the mountain, I saw the most magical thing. I was all alone, walking through a forest path when this red fox quickly crossed the path right in front of me. I'd never seen a fox in the wild before, so it made me really excited. I also tried to take this video of a falcon, I think, above this church because it reminded me of Assassin's Creed, but I didn't get a good video. The next couple days, I didn't take much footage. I was feeling pretty tired at this point, and there was a crazy heat wave that made it really hard to do anything. I tried to follow a trail through this vineyard, but I kept getting lost, and it was so hot, I eventually just gave up. The heat made me super overstimulated, so I drove to the top of a mountain to drink some beer and eat some food, and then I almost got blown away from the wind. You know how it is. I always really enjoy solo camping and being in nature by myself. It has overall been a really nice experience, and I saw so many beautiful sights and creatures. The Alsace region is a region I could really recommend to anyone. Whether you like mountains and lakes, shopping and sightseeing, good cheese and wine, the region has something for everyone. See you again next year. Bye bye! Wet mouth. Okay.